Uh, Alahanchi Molly here. I'm not doing this in my normal vertical live stream. I got stuff set up at my desk, so forgive me if I'm not my audio is not coming through. Let me know, guys. So I've been thinking, uh, what was the main thing that I should have been taught in school, or taught generally, that I wish I would know now? And what I wish I would have been taught was how much you're worth, self worth. Here comes the damn train. um, and so I wanted to talk about self worth today. Um, as I've told y'all before, I spent a lot of time uh, when I was younger over analyzing things and doing things that really I should have just let them play out. Because but self worth is something more than just, it's much deeper. And when you're taught to be, you take what you can get and you work hard and you will eventually make it up the ladder and up the up pay and stuff like that. And then a lot of people feel like this, the successful people feel like they determine that on how much money somebody can pay you an hour. And I'm just going to be, for instance, uh, you have a young kid starting out like I did, and I started working in fast food, and I wanted to make that. I really did. I wanted to make it my career. But I started off at, I think it was 5.75 an hour or something like that. And when I left, I was making 8. That was 3.5 years of that. And the the thing of it was is I was busting my ass for that. I was working 40 plus hours a week, going to school, high school full time, juggling grades and all that other stuff. Uh, and I was taught just, you can take what you can get. And Adam uh, Savage uh, has put it this way: when you're younger, you have all the time in the world, so it's cheap. As you get older, you don't have that much time, but your hourly rate should be a lot higher for your skills. And that in itself is true. But and the thing of it is, every job has its perks and it has its problems. And I wish that my the people that I looked up to for guidance would have said, you don't need to beat yourself up and not work. Like, there's people that do not work very hard and they know how to work this. And this isn't, I'm talking about there. When I worked in fast food, when I worked in retail, there was people that did not work like I did, and they got paid either the same as I did or more, and they didn't do anything. And I'm not talking about the older people, because I think as people are older and they work in those situations, they can't work as hard as I did. Um, and at that time, yeah, I did get mad because they wasn't pulling their weight. For instance, I when I worked at the hospital, I've told you this before, but I had a guy that I worked with, um, probably in his 50s, probably in his 60s, basically. But he had a lot of health issues, and I get mad because hey, he sure doesn't look like he's doing a lot of work. And I was there was another one that she was younger than me, and she wouldn't do the work I did. And yeah, it would get frustrating. And I would ask them, hey, because we rotated weekends. One weekend I would work, one weekend they would work, and stuff like that. And that's the thing is like, and I would ask them, hey, will you make sure this gets done so that I don't have to do it Monday morning? Come to find out Monday morning come along after I've been off the weekend, and they wouldn't do it, and it would get me frustrated. Uh, and I have a one of my friends. I just saw him yesterday, and his thing was unloading the trucks, and he'd get so mad at me because there would be days where truck day I would have to do it because he was off. And you got everything. Yes, I know. I'm just trying to get the stuff done. I'm just trying to get it in the building so when you can. He's like, yeah, but you make more. I'm like, I understand that, but my deal is this, this stuff, which he would take my spot on things and it wouldn't get done like me. So I'm just trying to put that out there is self worth is different. Um, for the longest time, I felt like my and this is just recently. This is why I've started making things is because I'm finally figuring out what my worth is. What is worth um my energy? What is worth my time? Um and if I had it all over again to do and I was in school, I would have asked, especially my economics teacher, how do I determine self worth? How do I put a price tag on my services, the things that I'm good at? Uh, and I wish that I would have went back and said, okay, look, this person does this. And I'm not taking away from their worth at all because they're valid points on theirs. But I wish I would have sat down with my bosses and said, look, this is what I do every day. This is what I'm contributing to this team every day. And this is what I think I'm worth. And say, look, this is what I do. This is all the things I do. It's not just one thing that I do. And I think every employee, I think a lot of people do yearly evals and stuff. And you should say, look, at your yearly, this is what I've been doing, and this is what I think I'm worth. And I'm saying that on today because of what's happened with Steph lately. She worked 13 years and she did everything for that company, if not more. And she knew all the policies and everything. And it was just ridiculous. Hey, love. But she did everything that she could for PetSmart. She loved the pets unconditionally. The people that she worked with, she would just bend over backwards for, and she will tell you. And I've worked with her at Walmart. I used to give her hell all the time, but I always knew she was a good worker. Uh, but you know, some people just don't understand that. Is like I've tried to tell my kids, you are worth more than what you think you are, and they are. They you. This thing is price tag on your time, your effort, your whatever your thing is. Yes, everybody has to start off somewhere, but as you get older and you get wiser and smarter and more efficient at things, you may, if you really love your job, you will you will stay there forever. And that's the thing is a lot of, and I'm going to say corporate America, they don't give a crap about us. They never have. Just like back in the medieval times, nobody gave a crap about peasants. No, it was all about who could elbow theirself to power, and it was all, and it's still that way today. Is everybody thinks that, oh well, hey, the people at the corporate, oh, they're just a number, they don't matter. And that's the thing, is we do matter, and a lot of us deserve to be our own bosses. Because I can tell you one thing, I can do something and I don't have to have a boss hover over me. That was one of the worst things that I hated, as a boss that would come in and tell me how to do my job when he didn't even couldn't even figure out how to do his own damn paperwork. Oh, okay, love. It's pretzels. You know you're gonna have to bring them home. But you know that's the thing, is people don't understand that. They don't understand self worth, and I'm not saying, you know, a ridiculous amount of money or time. If you if you love your job, you will make time to do things for the companies and stuff. And that's why I like the idea of own your own company. Or if you do have people that's not your family and you do hire them, sit down with them and say, "Hey, what's your goals? What can we do to make your dreams come true?" Uh, I'll take for instance with professional wrestling now. I used to love it, and now it's a crap show. I mean, they're charging tons of money for not even entertainment that's worth of, and that's the thing, is they have all these fans, but their product is crappy. Uh, and I blame it on, a lot of it is some people have a big heart for it and some don't, and some just look at it as a paycheck, which that's okay. If you do a job that you just do the paycheck and you have hobbies outside that you love to do that you don't necessarily want to get paid for, that's fine. Um, just like, I mean, just like what I've recently started doing, y'all have seen it, where I've started making things. But I've always had a passion for that. And having that passion for that kind of stuff, it makes me happy to build stuff, make things, do things with my hands. Uh, being creative. I mean, I'm I'm a YouTuber. I make content. That's what I do. I enjoy getting online and talking and watching, you know, things that go on. There's think people that I want to collaborate really bad with. Um, but you have to understand something like I said, I did not understand self worth. And I wish I would have when I was younger. Because then I could have used that and said, look, this is what I do. I know how much money these people make, especially the people that I was saving the company money because I would do it. If it needed to be fixed, I would figure out how to fix it and do it so that now there's some things that I wasn't licensed to do, which I knew I understood that. And that was part of me wanting to I had told my supervisors at especially when I worked at the hospital, I was like, this is what I want to do with my life. And then they take my legs out from under me, eat me and you know, and yeah, I've fallen and I've stayed down a long time. And but I've eventually started getting up. And that's something that people should open up and say, hey, Mr. Cube, one, two, three. How's it going? But self worth is much more than just knowing how much money. And that's the thing is, if you work for a company and you do something that the company doesn't expect you to do, I'm doing pretty good. You all right today? Um, but self worth is so much better. But you need to let your Pakistan. I get a lot of people from Pakistan on my channel, which I don't mind. Uh, but that's the thing. It's self worth. Everybody's worth something. Everybody does something that helps India's neighbor. Yep. I really do want to go out there and just. I had a chance to go and I'm from I'm from Texas. It's something. Are you asking Mr. Cube? I do. I really do like the culture over there. I think it's much richer. Uh, if I do play games, I do Assassin's Creed and the new Mario's and stuff when they come out. Texas, it's hot, humid. You walk outside and you feel like you're wearing a fur coat. My wife and my kids are the PS5s. That's what they do. They do as Black Ops and stuff like that. Um, yeah, I don't do the whole gaming thing. Everyone's like, you should do Twitch. No, I get frustrated too much on video games when I'm playing with other people. Not to mention my vertigo goes crazy when I can't even. I used to be able to deal with strobe lights and all that. I can't do it anymore. My age is and the meds I'm on. I can't. I can't do all that at one time. Um, but anyway, self worth is something that I've always had a problem with and have always tried to figure it out. My favorite game, scale from 1 to 10 on cost of living in Texas. Well, being 1 the best and 10 the worst, or how would you want me to say figure that out? My favorite game is Zelda. Uh, if you Texas in general, I the political stuff gets me. One is the worst and 10 is the best. Well, depends on my mood. um, I wouldn't say it's the worst, and I wouldn't say it's the best. What's my job? I I do at home healthcare for my brother, and then also, of course, I do my podcast, and I've just started making. Uh, I'm making my own line of furniture and lamps and stuff like that. Actually, if you go back and watch my last live stream, that's what I've started making that kind of stuff, and also I am I'm trying to um, start a nonprofit, but I'm very heavily into my Native American blood, and there's a lot of that kind of stuff that I'm working on. Um, Hang on, guys. I'm turning my notifications off. Um, but yeah, I've recently started making things, and I'm starting to understand I need to sell some of the stuff that I make. So, um, I that's what I'm doing too. Uh, we do Uber and DoorDash, and we're gonna start doing Instacart and do some other things like that. Um, but yeah, but Texas, rating Texas to me, as I used to love being from Texas. Oh, thanks. Thanks for the blessings. I appreciate it. But Texas has its good and its bad things. Um, Being from Texas, I feel like I'm a rebel as it is. And there's a lot of us here. Uh, and a lot of people say Texans, don't like. My wife, Steph's from California, and she's more Texas than most people. Oh Lord, knock knock jokes. Who's there? I'm waiting for the punchline. But anyway, of a Big Mac in Texas, I think it's about six something for just a burger. I know, like the Big Mac meal is like almost $7 and something. To put that in perspective, is Texas minimum wage is only 7.25 an hour. So, and McDonald's now starts you off at $15 an hour here. So, do with what it's $2 in India. All right, Mr. Cube, have a good day. Um, and India, it's like, good night, brother. Y'all too. Y'all take it easy, guys. Stay safe over there. I know all the stuff over there. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm wondering what's up with my analytics because I'm getting a lot of people of y'all tell me that y'all are from Pakistan and India, and but it's not showing it up on my analytics. I wonder what's going on. What do I think about India? I think India is a. I mean, honestly, I would love to visit. I would love to visit because I'm just that kind of person. I'm a cultured person. Like I love the clothing you wear over there. I love the way y'all act. I and a lot of y'all are a lot more down to earth than some of us stinking Americans. Uh, and that's the truth. Is y'all? Everybody's like, this country's worse than this country. The hell it is, y'all. I think my personal opinion is I would love India. I would love any of those countries because just because just because of your culture, how y'all still respect things, how you still it amazes me. And that's and I'm gonna say this honestly, and this is coming from me being descendant of Native Americans now, the one it's everybody wants to be one. But that's what they don't understand is you have to be your own person and you have to be true to who you are. I mean, here in America, everybody's well, south in the south, everybody drives a big 4x4 truck that has lights underneath it and little bitty old wheels, and I mean, it's just everybody. I want to be a cowboy, but don't want my truck to get dirty. I mean, it's, but I do. I would India, Pakistan. I would even love to see Iran, honestly, because there's a lot of stuff that I like from there. Uh, of course, I want to go to Ireland and Scotland, and I do. I want to see those, and that I want to see it. Um, there's some places that um, where was it that I saw? I can't. Oh, but anyway, it's you know what I think is really cool about over there is the way y'all's houses are. Like everybody, like every region's house. Like we have this, like in the South, we have trailer parks, which that's what I live in a glorified trailer park. Queen of the Hill. That's pretty cool. See, I I love y'all's the temples and stuff over there. Like here in the states, a temple is just a damn box with a cross on top of it. A temple should be a temple. I mean, it should be a temple. It should be beautiful and gorgeous and here it's closest thing to a temple is going to a old Catholic church. I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous, and I think that's a lot of things too. Is here in America, everything's cookie cutter. Yeah, you can start off different, and then everybody else does it, and then but like temples, they should be unique. They should be mys- mystical, and like if you go to Louisiana and you go to um, they call them magic men and stuff, like the deer, like the voodoo people. They got all kind of stuff hanging up, and that's I love that stuff. I love having incense burning, and I think it's cool. And I think that's where our religion gets crap. Man, I wish. I wish. That's one thing. The reason why I wanted to do. YouTube lives is so that I can, and I know a lot of temples that can't be filming in there and stuff, but I do. I wish that America would get their head out of their asses and allow, well, it's not just allow, it's more, these stupid codes that we have to follow, and I think that's what kind of screws up our, like, I just think it's, if something's holy, it should be left holy. And like I said, you walk into a temple here, like like I said, I am Native American, and but most of them aren't doing sweat lodges anymore. They're not, and see, that's the thing is, there's, I mean, look, I I claim as an atheist, but I do believe in the power of human imagination and things that do come that are spiritual. And I do think that temples and stuff do honor that. And I think that's the problem with people that think that spirituality is spirituality. That's something, and I think it's something that's in our mind. If it's mystical, if it's beautiful, it's it's beautiful. Like we've got a couple of shops here, and you walk in, and they're set up where they're free flowing, and you can feel the spirits around you. You can feel the energy, and that you can feel it. And that's what spirituality means to me. If you can feel it, that's it. And it doesn't matter to me one bit on when it comes to that kind of stuff, because when you, I'll, yeah, put it on one of my posts on in the community tab, and I'll go look it up, because I can't, from because I'm a terrible speaker or speller. I'm just looking at what I can and can't do. Yeah, put it on when I get off live. I'll go to the community thing and put it there where I need to look. Just like type it in one of my threads, and then when I put, because this will be set as private for a little bit, and then I have to go in there and do thumbnails and all that. But anyway, right after, put it in my, in the, or put it in my comments from the video that you have it right now. Put it in the comments, and I will look it up. Just do it that way, because that's how I do a lot of things anyway. I look through my comments, and then I post, and that's just the way I do things. But I will definitely look that up. Uh, Speaking of that, I want to show y'all something that, what I've, of course y'all see my memory, but I have I have prayer flags, and yeah, I have a lot of quirky stuff. Um, but yeah, like I just think it would be awesome. But anyway, back with self worth. Um, I just wish I would have learned that more. Um, I wish I would have listened to a lot of the people that were quite a bit older than me when I worked at other places. Like, it's not worth breaking your knees or breaking your back. Now I can totally feel it. I can totally feel it. And yeah, it's just uh, okay, cool. Hello. Okay. Sika Raman Ramanan. I guess that's how you say it. Welcome. Hello. Um, but yeah, it's just you know, I I think that I think that's a big problem with I say religion, spirituality here in the states is it, they, you know, Christmas or oh yeah, yeah, that is a big mess up too. Geopolitics and see, I'm gonna say something with that. We are all on this same damn earth, same damn rock, and whatever spirituality you are, you should that's totally. But politics, I'm an anarchist when it comes to politics. Now that I've lived through two freaking Trumps, crap, I don't honestly. I think politics needs to go out the damn window. Everybody's like, you got to fight globalism. We already are. You know, Indonesia. Now that's I I've heard that country's beautiful. I've heard it's gorgeous there. There's another place I really want to go, and it's Thailand and Japan and the Oriental stuff. I I just think all those cultures are cool. You know, when you've lived in the redneck kind of culture for your whole life, and there's people that have come and like, oh, it's so different. Well, yeah, it's different, but after a while, it gets annoying. Uh, I think it's cool that I know that I know there's mountains and stuff there that y'all have all decorated and like I have wind chimes all on my outside of my house, but I would absolutely love walking through. Um, like I said, I'm just now starting to understand um how how these different countries and places. I've got let's see, there's a is it called a it's a cylinder and you every time you I've seen it but I can't remember what they call it because I was going to get it when I got my prayer flags but every time you walk by it you spin it and it has a I can't, it's something like to do with prayers um but I I just like I don't understand like uh is it Indi- is that where Buddhism started? I can't remember. Um, I think religion has always been us versus them, and I can't stand that. I can't. I just man, the thing of it is a lot. So me growing up as a Christian, we were always taught we were the ones being prosecuted. That we were the ones that they were trying to erase and blah blah blah. And Christians were trying to erase other cultures ever since Jesus died, supposedly. I mean, and there and I do understand that in some other countries that you can be punished for being a Christian or whatever. But that's the thing is like I don't understand why you have to fight somebody over something that is a belief. I believe in other intelligent life, but I'm not gonna go and kill somebody because that they don't, or their God is better than my God. Oh, I mean, no. Let's see about spiritual. There you go. See, it's not about the spiritual and beliefs, and religion is meant to be a God. Exactly. I think I think the key thing of spiritualism is being human. And I understand that some people have to have these holy texts that guide them. I'm going to put that in perspective. My brother, okay, he tells me, I just want to get better, but I take my medicine every day. Okay, well, the medicine controls things that you can't control. The medicine doesn't keep you from having the issue. You still have the issue, but the medicine is there to help you cope with it more, I guess. I mean, I own medicines too, but I think religion does something for us humans, but it doesn't. The same religion, and I want to explain something, and this is the Christian crap that's coming out of me right now. So I am atheist, but I am spiritual. I believe with spiritual things. I do. Because there's things that I just can't understand. There's things that nobody can understand. And I think those come from a spiritual inside you. Okay. I believe in that. My mom was 80 years old when she passed away. She wasn't even supposed to live till she was 20. Okay. My mom could care less about anything that went on at church. My aunt would make us go, and my mom would be cussing and all kind of stuff at church, at the preachers and stuff. And I don't think my mom really gave a crap. But people would ask me, "Do you think your mom's going to heaven?" Yeah, my mom's going to heaven. Why wouldn't she? You know. And my brother uh, don't understand this. Um, but in Christianity, and I know in other religions too, uh, there's the age of accountability. My mom had a fourth grade education, then it's taken away from her hearing, and that's taken away from her when she's in her, I think she was 16 or 17. Okay. So in Christianity, the age of accountability is around, I want, they move it the goalpost with me there. Well, anywhere between the ages of 10 and 12, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, if my mom never developed that, if she did for like a short time, and then the rest of her life, and as I said before, tells me What's up, Callie? Um, Cabby, Cab, Calv. Um, Random games. I like that. Thanks, I appreciate it. I really do. It's awesome that y'all come and listen to me yap. But so my mom, so technically, we'll say my mom was atheist because she didn't really care. My brother, on the other hand, bend over backwards. Hey, I'm doing the wave. The number one thing. I appreciate it. Uh, so and I told him, I said, so you're telling our moms in hell? No. Well, you're saying that. My mom and my ancestors are right here beside me. You may not be able to see them, but they're here. They guide me. They show me things that I don't understand, or maybe I do understand. And there's just a lot of things. And sometimes, um, it just depends. Love the hearts, love the hearts. Keep on pumping the hearts. Um, and the 100% things. But that's the thing is so many people uh they judge on that. And I really I don't I hate somebody that will say something about something or somebody, and it's the stupidest crap that people tell people of, their love, but like I said, it's all on the self-worth thing. Why is it why is it that matter? And I've just now started realizing, and I've had to step back and say, wow, I wish I would have learned this crap back when I was back when I'm sorry guys, I'm trying my as I get older, I keep doing this or moving stuff back and forth. Everyone's like, you're getting old when you do that. Yeah, I know. But right? Exactly. There's no reason for us to fight over stupid crap. I'll tell you a story. So down here in our neck of the woods, um, and I didn't learn this until later on about my dad. But they used to go squirrel hunting, and my uncle told me, and this might gross people out, but they would fight each other for the brains of the damn squirrel. I mean, seriously, they would fight over it. And I'm like, just go out back and get you another one. But like, I think the whole fight with each other thing, it's pointless because I think it's just something for somebody to grap about. And like I said, I ain't gonna, because I find peace in certain things, and some people don't find peace in it. And, and yeah, we're all on to complete our life cycle and should be spending time enjoying. Yep, we should enjoy living. And you know it's just it's a lot of this stuff is just made up. We make up something to fight about. and make up these weird theories and weird things that can't be proven or can't be taught or you know I just love I just like if I've just now really started like kind of started to think on how other people do things. Like even when I walk into a store or something, I'm always watching people, seeing how they react to certain things. Uh, you know, you can always see the person that's filtered. You can see the person that don't want to say something and they do certain gestures, and you're like, yeah, they don't want everybody to know that. Like, there's people that we were in the store the other day, and the lady had my my wife known her from working at PetSmart, and she has her Christian shirt on, and Steph start talking to her about what happened, and she does this number, and I was like, really? Just tell it, just say it, you know. Um, that's the thing is like I was taught if you're gonna think it, you might as well say it because it's just as bad. But like that's just you know, yeah. See, that's another thing is I'm just now starting to get comfortable with the fact of you know I can't control everything. I can't hold on to everything, and I've started just to be like not even worry about it. Like somebody does something to me, and I ain't got time. Like the other, was it Saturday? Might have been Sunday. We pull up and we're delivering something for somebody, and we had the damn road dead ends. We needed to turn around. This dude is in a trailer park basically, and he's got private property signs up, and he's got a beer in his hand, pointing at his, and I'm like, dude, all we're doing is turning around and going back, and like we're not going on your property to come do something wrong to you. What do you got to hide? Why is it? I'm not there to look for what I don't have a warrant. I'm not a police officer. I'm not the government. I'm not. Let me use a damn turnaround so I can get the hell out of here. You know, I don't. I mean, I'm just delivering something. Doesn't make much sense. People, and that's a. I'm going to tell you that Native Americans, my little thing I have going on, my spirituality. Don't believe in owning the damn land and all that shit. I mean, you can't own the air, can you? Man, I'm gonna say something about freaking Elon Musk. Not 2 years ago, and I'm still on this camp. I see a damn Tesla or a Cybertruck, and they drive me batty. My wife calls them dumpster fires. The trucks, they are. I can't stand them. Uh, I there's something about Elon Musk that rubs me the wrong way, and but I mean, yeah, Elon is babysitting Trump. I mean, that's and I'm gonna say this, and I'm not trying to be political on this, but this came out. Was it anyway? It came out that Biden has uh, severe cancer of the prostate that rapidly, and I think he already knew he was sick, and that's why he turned it to Kamala. But I really think Trump, he's hiding something, some kind of health issue that, and I mean, he's old. I mean, he's just as old as Trump or Biden. Um, Sorry guys, my insulin pump is going on. But sorry guys. And president of a superpower country shouldn't be controlled by a fellow person with money. Exactly. No, I don't have a OnlyFans. Sorry. um, yeah, a, a president should not. I've been told I should start one, but I don't have one. Uh, that's the thing is, Elon Musk is getting something out of something from Trump, but Elon's getting stuff from the governor of Texas too, because they moved everything from California to Texas. So, and do I like him? Not really. I don't care for Elon Musk. I I don't like his company, or I don't like his cars. Yeah, Elon's off in La La Land in my own self. I don't. I mean, I've talked to him, but I don't really care for him. It's not that. I just something about his personality. I mean, I'm not gonna not talk to him, and I mean, if I was to meet him, I would sit down and talk with him and say, "Hey, look, what what what's your goals? What's your life? What's made your life? What has done things to make you feel?" Yeah, exactly. He's funding Trump, but he's also funding, like I said, he's funding Greg Abbott for something, because they've moved stuff from California to here, and their Teslas are everywhere. And like I said, not a few years ago, I was like sitting there talking trash about. Honestly, uh, hang on, guys. Um, Honestly, uh, I I want one of those slate trucks. I think that's the coolest, because it reminds me of old older older vehicles. I think that's the way to go when you're trying to have something that's universal. It can do things that other. I think you should be able to, which you can, but I'm talking about easily modify something that to fit your needs. Like one day I need a truck, or one day I need an SUV, or one day I need something that can haul through the mud, or I don't. I think having a car that can change with what you need it to, and do it effortlessly almost. Yeah, I think. But yeah, and what's funny is about that is Elon's son in the White House told Trump to shut the that he wasn't the president. And I thought I to me I thought that little kid had more guts than anybody else. And he's getting that from somewhere. Getting it from his daddy. His daddy's saying that. And with Elon Musk coming from South Africa, I don't know what is going on. Or I know he wants to be on Mars and do this and that. But anyway, yeah, I don't. Something's fishy about that. At first, Trump supported India to take a counterstrike on Palestine after the recent terrorist attacks in other India did some airstrikes. Trump called it shameful act. Okay, let me talk on this. I was fixing to get off, but and I respect. Okay, I respect sovereignty to nations and stuff like that, and I don't, and this goes for Israel. This goes for the whole issue of wars. I do understand sovereignty, and I do understand that if you're attacked, somebody attacks you, you have. I'll put it like this: my daughter has a bully. Okay, he hasn't laid his hands on her, but I told her the first time he lays his hands on you, you have that right to retaliate back. And if you get in trouble, I'm not gonna get. You're not gonna get in trouble by me. And I don't know what fuels the wars over there. I know what over here Native Americans and the Anglo American stuff. But like I said, we people want to say we need to fight globalism. We're not a global. We are global. I am sitting here on a platform talking to all y'all. 20 or 30 years ago, well, 20 years ago, but 35 years ago, it wasn't like that. Now, I don't know much about Pakistan against with India. I do know there's a lot of strife. And people will say, well, it's a one world. Okay, well, yes. I understand that's giving power to certain players. But honestly, I think in the general public, you, me, we know how to conduct ourselves. We should be able to live. Yeah, I know. And that's a problem. That's leveraging power. I think yes, there needs to be police and fire and all that stuff. But when it comes to everyday things, and honestly, John Lennon said best, imagine all of us just living here in peace. And I think that's where we need to be. It doesn't need to be, and that's my whole deal is we all need to be united as one. And that's not knocking what we should do. I think that we have enough knowledge up here to know, okay, what's best for all of us. What works best for all of us? Just like these stupid tariffs on things. Like in America, we don't we are you have to fight to get a tooth pulled. You have to fight, for basic medical stuff. Honestly and truly, I think money itself is outdated. Yeah, we would have. It's always a fight amongst others. And honestly, I that's why I don't fight, is because I think that we should. And there's always somebody that's going to say something, but I choose not to fight with people. I used to fight my arguments and stuff like that, and I I just it's not in me anymore. And of course, there's things that I will stand up and like say my piece on. There's other things that I think at the end of the day we all should say, you know what, we're just doing the best we can and leave it at that. And it's always left versus right, black versus white, and they say there's no shades in between. To me, there is, and I'm not gonna fight with exactly. We live once, so why waste time in fighting and losing these precious? Exactly, exactly. We do. We only have this one chance, and once it's over, it's over, and that's the way it is. And I think that people spend a lifetime fighting. All right, guys. Well, I've been on here for an hour, 10 minutes. Uh, in a few hours, I'll upload a thumbnail. I'll go back and add some links and stuff to the description. Um, if y'all want to, I know we probably will DoorDash tomorrow or an Uber. If y'all want me to live stream that, like I said, I can only sit in the car for a little time without the radio on, and so I don't want to get copyright strikes and all that crap. But if y'all want to see that, then let me know. But anyway, guys, it's been awesome talking to y'all. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good rest of your day.